What's going on, YouTube? And welcome to the very first episode of Smurf's Q&A. Now, I got a lot of questions, guys, more than I thought I was gonna get, and I only want to do 10 questions per episode, so there's gonna be a lot of questions that I don't get to in this video, so just ask your questions again if I don't answer them here, or just ask brand new questions and I'll try to get to it in the next episode. If you ask a good enough question, I'm gonna answer it eventually, so just keep on asking. But anyways, let's get started. What happened to my channel and the videos I used to make? Now, I already answered this question, but I'm gonna answer it again because people keep asking. I made a video about a couple of months ago explaining the new direction of my channel. But just to go over what I said in that video right here very quickly, this channel is now about TV shows that I'm really interested in. It's really about topics that I'm interested in general, but mostly TV shows, because that's the direction that I wanted to take it. I got tired of talking about things that I didn't care about. To me, I would rather talk about something that I really care about and only get like 1,000 views than to talk about something that I couldn't care less about and get like 5 or 10,000 views. But my goal is to obviously talk about the things that I really care about while at the same time getting those same views, if not more, which so far I have been doing. To be completely honest, deciding to talk about Girl Meets World on a consistent basis is probably the best decision that I have ever made on this channel. And yes, I will talk about other TV shows in the future, but if you guys haven't noticed by now, I'm very picky and selective when it comes to TV shows that I decide to talk about on a consistent basis on this channel. But anyways, moving on, because that was a long answer, I'm gonna try to not make a long answer to every question, because then this video is gonna be over 30 minutes long. So next question, what do I think of Maya and Farkle? Now, this is another question that I answered before, but I'm gonna answer it again. I don't like the idea of Maya and Farkle together. And no, that's not just because I'm a big Lucaya fan, although that does have a lot to do with it. But even if Lucaya wasn't a thing, I just really don't see that romantic chemistry between the two. When I look at Maya and Farkle, I just see a friendship. There is nothing about the two that really makes me want to ship them, but that's just me. Next question, do I like Girl Meets World or Teen Wolf more? Now, this is a pretty easy one to answer. I do like Teen Wolf, but it's still nowhere near on Girl Meets World's level. As you can probably tell by how often I upload Girl Meets World compared to Teen Wolf. Now again, don't get me wrong, I do like Teen Wolf and I still watch it every week, but I just enjoy Girl Meets World a lot more. Next question, who is my least favorite Girl Meets World character? Oh man. If I had to pick, I would probably have to say either Augie or Ava, just because those two characters are the two that I care about the least. So I would probably have to go with one of them. Next question. Favorite Girl Meets World episode so far? That would still have to be Girl Meets Texas Part 2. And followed very closely by that would have to be Girl Meets Texas Part 1. And needless to say that Girl Meets Texas Part 3 is nowhere near this list. So next question. How would I react if Lucaya doesn't happen? Honestly, guys, I really try not to think about it because I know it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be a calm and relaxing video, I can tell you that much. If that did end up happening though, I would probably end up making one of the longest videos I've ever made, and if I'm mad enough, I would probably also debate on stop watching the show, because to me that would just kill so much of my excitement and enjoyment of the show. Because before Lucaya really became a thing, I liked the show, but I didn't really love the show. I told this story before, but before Lucaya came into the picture, I really felt like something about this show was just really missing, or really lacking, and I didn't know what it was at the time. But as soon as I fell in love with Lucaya, I knew what it was instantly. And that was that one couple that I really cared about and was rooting for on the show. Boy Meets World had it, but Girl Meets World didn't have it for me until Lucaya really became a thing. So just to wrap up the answer to your question, how how would I react if Lucaya doesn't happen? Not very well. Not very well at all. So next question. Do I watch The Walking Dead? I used to watch that show, but I have to be honest, it just got really boring and repetitive after like the third or maybe fourth season. In my opinion, once they moved into that jail, that's when the show started to slowly go downhill. So I used to watch it, but not anymore. Do I watch Shaharna Chronicles? And I know I pronounced that word wrong, but no, I don't watch this show. However, I did see a promo to it, and I actually recorded one of the episodes on my DVR. In fact, I think it was the first or second episode, because I thought it looked kind of interesting, and I knew that it just came out recently, but I actually never ended up watching it. So for those of you who have watched the show, let me know. Is it worth watching? And more importantly, is it worth maybe making videos about? But next question. If Rucas somehow becomes endgame, are we going to the studio to kill the writers? Immediately. In fact, you drive, because I'm gonna be too drunk and pissed off to focus. But let's go ahead and move on to the last question before I get too pissed off. Did I ever ship Rucas? Now this is another question that I already answered before, but I'll answer it again. For those of you who don't know, have I ever shipped Rucas? I'm actually gonna try to be as nice as possible when answering this question. No, I have never shipped Rucas. Rucas has never even for a split second interested me. I just look at them as so dull and so boring and just so typical. And just adding the fact that I just don't see any real chemistry between the two, Rucas is just not my kind of ship, guys. And when you put it up against the likes of Lucaya, I mean, honestly, I just don't see how anybody can possibly prefer Rucas. Even if Rucas was the only ship to choose from on the show, I still wouldn't ship Rucas. But that's just me. Simply put, Rucas sucks. No offense to people who ship it, but that's just my honest opinion. But if you guys enjoyed this first episode of Smurf's Q&A, go ahead and give this video a like. And if you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And go ahead and ask me more questions that I can answer in the second episode of Smurf's Q&A. I'm gonna try to do at least one of these a month. And if you guys like it enough, I may do it more than once a month. But right now, that's what I'm aiming for. So leave your questions in the comments below. But I'm done talking. So as always, until next time.